got this amazing video with Governor Desantis basically sending and busing all these immigrants to sanctuary cities. Now, the White House, the news, Democrats, all these people are basically going crazy on the news, calling these basically Republicans all these nasty names. Now, I find it funny that they're doing this. This problem could be possibly easily solved, but whatever. But let's go into the video. Let's see what the White House has to say for it, okay? Let's roll it.
Tricking localities into thinking migrants like these were coming their way, like Joe Biden's home state of Delaware or New Jersey in preparation for the president's speech, and then finding out they're not coming. This seems like something that the president would take offense to, given his empathy to human beings. Does the president plan to say more about this, more pointedly? And does it include validation that there is indeed a crisis at the border at the same time?
So, Mika, I'll say this, and the president talks about how it's important to treat people with dignity. And what you're seeing from Governor DeSantis is inhumane. It is not.
Now, I love it when they talk about stuff like that, inhumane, about, these people are coming to America illegally, using up services that other Americans or people who waiting in line for. But since we have an open border now, come on, guys, join the party. Get all the free services, get all the free money. Why not? These people, these individuals, especially, to me, it doesn't matter left or right. It's basically the same thing. But these people who are controlling the media want you to think that these people are being exploited. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below.
Solving a problem. It is not a solution. It is causing chaos and confusion. And these are people who are fleeing communism. You think about Venezuela, you think about Nicaragua, you think about Cuba. That's what they're fleeing.
Now, it's interesting that they're fleeing and they all come to the United States. There are other countries out there that do not have the same problem. But America's, has solved this problem. But I'll tell you, this is not a good thing long term. There's a lot of issues that they're bringing over that America, I'll say, our politicians are exploiting and probably capitalizing off of it, possibly.
And they're being used as a political pawn. And that is not a solution. Now, if I were Governor DeSantis, I would ask his Senate colleagues, why have they not helped in solving this?
Now, they have, and that these idiots are just ignoring the issue, allowing it to be exacerbated, allowing more immigrants to come through. But I do find it so funny that when they start busing these immigrants to Biden's or Kamala Harris's home, or basically sanctuary cities, that their minds are just blown. Like, the news is like, oh my gosh, human trafficking, oh my gosh. Like, it's super funny to me. And now the media is basically, we're coming up to elections, and basically the Democrats got to throw as much dirt on the Republicans as much as possible. Just, basically this fighting against each other, like Democrats versus Republicans. But typically what ends up happening is that the people who, Americans, not neither one of these two people controlling parties, ends up losing more freedoms anyways. Just what degree?
Voted
basically
against historic funding for Department of Homeland Security. They have not been on board with what the president did on day one, which is put forth a comprehensive immigration reform so that we can actually deal with this issue.
Oh my God.
A systemic problem. We have had a broken system for many, many years, for decades. And what this last administration did before us, they decimated the immigration system. And so what we're trying to do is, again, make sure that there is a humane process and trying to fix what has been broken. But there is solutions on the table. Now, if Republicans would just do that and work with us on the solutions, instead of doing these political ploys and using human beings as political, as part of a political scam, that would be the way to go.
So basically everything that she's saying, they're doing.
Corrine, there's an op-ed today in the Wall Street Journal supporting increasing work visas. Does the Biden administration have a plan to ease the process so that more foreigners can come here and work legally, especially in this time where there's a need for more workers in America.
And that is something that the president has talked about and understand that there is need for more workers in America. I don't have anything to share at this time, but look, again, we put forth a comprehensive immigration reform. The work that we have done these past 19 months is to make sure that we have more judges actually pushing through and trying to figure out the asylum seekers. We have 2,300 officers on the border to deal with folks coming in. And so we have taken steps to make sure that we're dealing with what we're seeing at the border. But again, it is not through political trick, right? It's not through a political scam. It's actually trying to figure out what will work and what the solutions are.
So, Corinne, obviously we know the midterms approaching. So
It's like whatever they say on TV, they're doing the complete opposite. And they're blaming one party. That's what they're currently doing.
Issues, immigration, inflation, and obviously abortion rights in the wake of the Supreme Court decision this summer. The White House strongly condemned Michigan Attorney General nominee.
Now, that's the first part to see the White House perspective. Now, here's the other one I found with Governor DeSantis. Now, here's the part, guys, I want to show you what Governor DeSantis talking about the immigration issue. Let's run it.
They called out the National Guard, and they had those illegals deported the next day, claiming to be sanctuary and all that. That was a way to virtue signal against Trump and do all this other stuff. They're basically doing it so that they feel good, but they don't want to actually have to deal with the consequences of the policies that they advocate for all of you.
Critics have
craziness, guys. So I really want to show you guys the perspective of the White House and Governor Ron DeSantis about this whole guarding issue. But just let me guys know in the comments below. What do you guys think about this? Is this a political ploy, or is this some plan to boost their numbers for the election so they can get more seats? I don't know. Just tell me what you guys' thoughts are, guys. I think this is like political theater, but. Just let me guys know what you guys' thoughts are. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.